What is the disadvantage of being pretty?
Yeah.
That sounds dumb. And then it turned out say, oh, you know, say it can't go by that work because me have feelings for you. Like, is money more important or what?
They turned around and started to try and bully me and call me pretty dunce. I mean, it's a half compliment or half disrespect, you understand? Because at the end of the day, them acknowledge that we're pretty.
Put an average woman and me beside each other. More than likely, that average woman I got married, you know. She got married, you know. And then you look at me and I'm single.
Me know, say if
It's
me
like
get
a
that
trophy.
yeah,
it's a
if
trophy.
me get that girl, yeah, all of my friends them are gonna big me up.
Me not gonna say me jealous of them. But me look on it and me I say, Bomba, you know, lucky, you know, man. But that's the most important one to me. Because me feel like someone should have married right now. And that me feel.
Business if your woman dunce like that.
True. I saw how it was turning him off. That man just ignored my message because he must have the bomb clad like, you know, what the fuck? So even, for example, if I was going to be a trophy wife, me should have known that me shut up my mouth and not say nothing.
For sure.
And learn at different paces. So why is it that you would put the word pretty beside dunce? Like, me not hear nobody say ugly dunce. Evil thoughts towards people. I don't feel fault, you know. When mother and father come together and by some chance, and sometimes the mother and the father even look good. And bomba. And why do we need to be begging people to work with us? So please stop looking for me looks now. Please work with me now. Please, me I beg you. No, I'm good. Like, a lot of times I have to be like, no, I'm cool. Like, I'm seeing somebody or I'm not interested in people in music. And literally, whichever backside song me record just disappear and vanish and I'm going to hear from them and the other producer they ever again. I'm sure if I had slept with these people or was like, oh, sure, I'd be interested. Oh no, that hear more song from me, cause and I'm like, yo, when you record song with other man, you not tell them and say you see me in a studio already and you look good. Like, come on,
like I can't be around you and act normal. Or hey, beautiful, let's work together.
Yeah, what kind of work?
Yeah.
Backshot, you want work pan? Leave me alone. Hi guys, welcome to Reasoning
with Seasoning
with Melody
and Asabe,
where we spice up your thoughts. I'm just coming in from work and Melody is getting out of here. But we said we gotta do something, so never mind. She looks more put together, I look more chaka-chaka, and that's totally fine. Here we go. This week's topic is pretty disadvantage.
So I'm sure you guys have heard of pretty privilege, but we actually want to look at the other side that comes with that pretty privilege. There's also pretty disadvantage. So,
definitely. It's a heart-wrenching thing to think about because I know that most people when they start listening to that video, I'm gonna say, what kind of foolish this them girl I talk about? Yeah, it's not something that people really see as a problem or to think to be like, what is the disadvantage of being pretty? That sounds dumb. Mind you, sometimes when I'm sad or I'm crying or things are hitting the fan, I'm like, oh my God, thank God me at least look cute. But that is not it. There's some real issues that happen while being pretty that you're like, shit, if I wasn't pretty, then this wouldn't reach me. Any scenarios in mind for you off of the top of your head?
Off of the top of my head?
The most prominent that bothers you. The disadvantage of being pretty.
Well, one of the reasons that they make me even like find out that there is something called pretty disadvantage was a situation where I was trying to do work with I was trying to work with them, collab with them. And you know, like we had a vision to execute something and stuff and say, oh, if we do this, like it could grow and we could expand certain stuff and whatever. Mind you, both of us were friends. So, you know, I was all down for that, but it got to the point where certain feelings you get involved from that person because, yes, then they see me from the get-go and thought I was pretty and that's why they reached out to me anyways to do that collab because it was video content. Yeah. So they were like, it would be the perfect fit and whatsoever and we could do this, that, and the third. So it's a prettiness that got me.
Drew them to ask you to collab.
Exactly, that got me there to that point.
So that's the privilege.
That's the privilege.
Here's the disadvantage.
The opportunity presented itself.
Yes.
But the disadvantage was now that, you know, working together on like 2-3 videos, they started developing certain liking to me more than just, oh, we are friends and let's just work together.
Yeah.
So this, of course, also got very much into the way of us actually working because they could not focus on the work anymore.
Okay.
And basically, we literally what we set out to do, we could not do it because on his part things got in the way.
I want you, I need you. When really and truly you were focused on doing a project that would earn you money, earn both of you money,
yes.
and there would be successes and something great would come out of it. But oh babes, I really like you, I can't manage. And then of course, I'm sure he was behaving kind of sulky towards you, and sometimes him kind of seemed like him vexed with you because...
He got very standoffish, making plans, then basically just, disappearing, not keeping up his end of the bargain, stuff like that. So like I was trying to work with it because I made it clear, say, hey, I'm not interested, but this what we have going on, it can really be like good, it can really turn out to be something great.
And on that, I will say that is a general note of this is a general disadvantage of being pretty, beautiful, attractive, let us say, because we are here, she's there wanting to, he comes to her with a concept. Oh, I have this idea. And she's like, oh, this sounds great. I'm willing to come on board. And she's ready to work and do something that will gain success and profitability. And then this man comes now with him friggin' feelings because what, you're pretty? And then no, mash up everything. So I wasted my time being interested in what you are coming with because maybe really and truly, you didn't even business about the plan where we have success and do things, You just want to say, yo, I find a way if you bring her to me, Hey, I have this great idea. And it's kind of like, yeah, there's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing when it comes to us interacting with people in general, even with women. And that is a great example. And that is how it generally goes, where we're brought to a space where somebody intrigues us with an idea, a business, some work concept, something that, and then it turns out say, oh, say it can't go by that work because I have feelings for you. Like, is money more important or what? So we lose out on opportunities because let's say if she was a bit less attractive or if he wasn't so attracted to her, then the business plan would have worked out well and then she could have been, profiting off of it. But because, oh, she's so attractive and he can't help himself, the man just mash up the thing. And that happens a lot of the time. Mine, I would say, is the fact that sometimes you go into a space and there's a lot of like people, women and men, and the men are looking at you, they're giving you attention and stuff, and then there's other women in the space and some of the women will like look at you weird or look at you funny when you never do nothing. And I found that when I was even in high school, I found that a good amount of people were mean to me. And these are not people that I've ever offended. I've never been rude to them, never give them a side eye yet. These are people that I would say good morning to, hello to, whatever. And then would I kind of like skin up them face after me, like, me do something to them and me never do nothing to them and me never rude to them. And there's something in my head that, like, on social media, I will see that pretty people, beautiful people, them kind of have a little attitude towards them. And that is not in me. And I try as best as I can to, like, show it out clear. Say, hey, I'm not stuck up. Me not going like me better than you. Just talk to me regular.
That's a stereotype that they have.
That's a stereotype that they have of people that are visually appealing. You see me? Because really and truly, I could be pretty and then I could be a total freaking bitch and you don't want to interact with me because inside, I'm not that nice.
Which some of them exist.
Some of them are. But it's just say, woman will just mean to me and me never do nothing to them and then skin up them face after me and like, ma'am, one thing for sure, me know say me not look bad. So when you skin up your face after me, I know say no shit not there on me, and me never say nothing to you bad, why you give me attitude? Why you look at me funny? Like, what did I do to you?
Rolling off of that, if you are from my original channel, you would have heard me speak about this already. When I came back to Jamaica and I was in school, the same 8th grade, because the other females and stuff did not know me. Because as I said, I just got back, don't know anybody in the school, new to the school and stuff. They turned around and started to try and bully me and call me pretty dunce. Because I was shy and, keeping to myself, not speaking to people, but they literally try to bully me and say pretty dunce. I mean, it's a half compliment or half disrespect, you understand? Because at the end of the day, them acknowledge them are pretty.
Yeah.
But because they never heard me speaking to them, or, you know, I was super, super shy, then just they think I'm a dunce.
Yeah.
Or like in their mind, that's the only reason why I was not vocal.
Because pretty people must be up in my face and being like, oh, hey guys.
So I understand what you're saying, that meanness just comes like from certain females just because of the way you look. Because what me do them for them, I call me pretty
dunce. And she just come back from foreign. What you know about the girl?
Like, what did I do?
She could literally be a child prodigy, but just because she pretty and she not talk pretty dunce. Like, come on. But I do find that people are very mean. If they're not super, like, hypocritical in the sense where they come to you with an idea to be like, oh, I have this idea, or I want to do this thing with you. And then you find out, say, shit, they didn't want to do shit with me. They literally just wanted to be in my space.
Yeah.
It's the opposite, where people just mean to you. And you're like, maybe that's something else. That's my idea, something.
Like, where is this coming from?
It's not nice. But then there are other simple things. One that I think is really more hardcore for me is this concept where I say that women that are more of an average look, I would say, are at a greater advantage of finding their husband. I always say that. Yeah, is either an average woman or, you know, whatever. But it's not like a super pretty, a very average woman. Even let us say, put an average woman and me beside each other. More than likely that average woman I got married, you know. She got married, you know. And then you look at me and I'm single. And I feel like that is because there's a filter, right? So within a woman looking average, where a man would approach her only if he's serious, only if he's really interested, right? Let us say he gets to know her and he finds out that, wow, this woman is really wonderful and whatever. And so she can nurture a better relationship with this gentleman that approaches her not for her looks, but for how she is on the inside. And so therefore, she end up getting her husband right away, right? But let us say a beautiful woman. There's going to be so many men flocking her, coming to her. And a lot of the time, they're not going to be who they are really. They're going to put on their little sheep clothing because they must say, boy, I want pretty girl. Listen, I'm going to go on the best one I can be. And you know, say I want little sheep in there. Like, there's so many sheeps that come to us. It's not only wolf in the clothing. Yeah? Sometimes a lion, sometimes a snake, sometimes a dragon, sometimes a rat, sometimes a cockroach. All of them in this sheep clothing, and they come to us. Right? And they come to us, and it is now for us now to basically select and be like, is this one okay? Is this one okay? So I feel like women who are more visual appealing, they have a harder time finding a genuine man because a lot of men are coming towards them. While an average woman now, she can just know, say, whoever is coming to her more than likely genuinely likes her for her. And then the pretty woman now, I'll friggin', you don't know where I come to you. And how do you filter that to know like what's good and what's bad? It's harder, I would say. What do you think about that concept?
It would be harder for sure, because for a lot of them it's just like, we touched on this in a previous video as well, where it's just like, it's a braggable female. So that pretty lady that they then seek out is because they know, oh, at least if nobody, or if none of my friends them find out, say, yeah, me get that girl there, me can brag about it. So it's like they don't approach that girl just for the fact of they're really interested in her. It's more so, me know say if me get that
trophy.
Yeah, if me get that girl, yeah, all of my friends them are gonna big me up for now one, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like they those type of relationship also are very surface level.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to get to know you really and truly. They just know say you look good and that's enough for them. Like, as you said, they don't take the time out to like actually get to know the person if you reach even to stages of thinking of marriage.
Yeah.
Because to them it's just like, oh, me have one pretty girl by my side, that's enough. and they don't go any deeper level than that. But how to filter that out, I don't know.
Literally. It's literally a game.
You just trial and error.
Trial and freaking error. Yeah.
Because you cannot know beforehand.
Because, and yes, and I will say that is one thing I really do. Me not gonna say me jealous of them, but me look on it and me I say, Bomba, you know, lucky, you know, man. You see the average woman, the simple Janes who, you know, not everybody I got turn around look on her. She have a great advantage, swear to God, because whichever man come to her and pursue her, him genuinely like her, I'm genuinely gonna start love her because of who she is, and she's not, you know, somebody might talk to because she look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
When him get to know her now, him say, yo, I want that woman have to be my wife. So that is average advantage. Yeah. But this on our part is pretty privileged, because trust me, like, it's so hard. You'd interact with a man and you'd get the greatest vibe from them, and then twos, you're like, things are slip up. Like, certain things are going on, and I say, shit, this not feel genuinely, like, good. Like, this man, like, kind of like him attack to me because I'm pretty. So, yeah, that's a disadvantage. Are there any more that you could think of, or no? But that's the most important one to me, because I feel like someone should have married right now. And that me feel. But you see? Alright, me I go on still. Mm-hmm.
Just make sure say invite me. I would know whenever it does
whenever
happen.
it is. Maybe when I'm in my 40s. I don't know.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, those cover like the majority. Well, a wide range of it.
Yeah, people being mean to us. People being super nice and then meaning nothing.
Stereotyping us.
Mm-hmm. And then the fact that finding a husband is harder because everybody go and like say them a husband material when really and truly them a dog. Yeah, I don't want to be too mean here.
But what about the men that like them dumb business bow? Like, as you said, they would want a trophy wife. They would marry the trophy wife just so they can say they have the trophy wife. Because a lot of men like that exist too, you know. They're no business if your woman don't like that.
True.
Not have, like, you know, not have no farmer intelligence going on for them.
That is true.
And they're still willing to marry them because, well, they look good.
I remember speaking to this very wealthy man once. And, you know, we didn't get involved as yet. We were more dating. And within our dating process, I was very outspoken, of course. And, you know, I saw how it was turning him off. Because I was, you know, I was outspoken when he mentioned some interaction with somebody like, oh, yeah, this person did this. And I said, hey, but did you look at it from that angle? Because it seems as if you didn't, you know, take the best approach you could have. That man just ignored my message because he must have the bumbo clad like, yeah, what the fuck? And then the next day he came like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was busy and I didn't have my glasses. You know I wear glasses. I'm like, okay, this man definitely don't want a woman way outspoken. They want woman for just, yes, baby.
Yeah, there are men that literally want just a fully submissive wife that they can control in all aspects. Yeah. Like, they don't think for themselves. So whatever the man say, then just follow.
So they want a pretty dance.
Precisely, yeah.
Precisely.
That is what they call trophy wives, right?
Yes, no, don't say that. I feel like some trophy wife, them have them thing.
No, they have them thing lucky enough.
But them just know if
the man still put them to be the trophy wife, even though, but I feel like in general, because they're just there for showcase.
It's the role to play.
Yeah.
So even, for example, if I was going to be a trophy wife, me should have known that if I shut up my mouth and not say nothing.
For sure.
And just know, say, if him tell me, say, this guy did such and such, I said, oh my.
How could he?
And that's all. So yeah, like, and then, yeah, people just feel like, say, sometimes pretty people just fool. Yeah, that pretty done something they kind of travel on, and it's kind of like, what is really a pretty dance? Like, there's people that learn at different paces. So why is it that you would put the word pretty beside dance? Like, me not hear nobody say ugly dance.
Yeah,
but no,
like, no, the only one that exists is
you
pretty
want
dance.
this the pretty woman them, so
Exactly.
pretty dance. Yeah, I should be a pretty. Like,
Exactly.
you wish that all
That's
she
all
was
they
pretty.
have.
Like, come on.
Yeah, so I mean, for even the mere fact that they couldn't come up with a term like that shows
that them have some resentment and evil thoughts towards people. I don't feel fault, when mother and father come together and by some chance, and sometimes the mother and the father even look good. And
Hey.
and then one pretty penny come out
Sometimes
and
you see the parents and what you say.
and then grandparents then take off because like literally people, come on, you must know that somebody that's visually appealing naturally, they did not do anything to get it. Like them literally born so. Just likewise, don't treat wanna call quote unquote ugly people. Like I don't feel them fall. Like treat everybody equally. No matter how pretty, ugly, average, just be nice to people. Like I don't see why people like to treat people based on their looks. Isn't it supposed to be on their internal, how nice they are, how kind they are, and how you interact with them as a person. Like when I literally I go around and I say, oh, that person they're pretty, me I go nice to them. Oh, that person they're ugly, me not figure.
Literally, like they treat people based on their looks, and that's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Cause the thing was to imagine you can look funny say. Remember, I said nowadays people will focus on money a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But them if you see a ugly rich ass man compared to a pretty rich ass man, even though say the ugly rich ass man have more money than the pretty one, them still not gonna treat that one day on the same level
as the handsome rich man will have less money.
They're not.
Yeah, because the man look good and looks is everything.
So it's not about the money, really and truly. It's about the looks.
Yeah. Looks plays a great part in.
Because that man you can have billions in and that one you only have
of
millions.
1 million. And they're like, oh, this one
and
is handsome. I don't care.
And they're flocking to the handsome one instead of to go run with the ugly one.
Yeah. That's sad. But it's true. It's very true. People treat you based on how you look. And sometimes it's messed up to me because I remember once telling my friend of a scenario where an old lady was really kind to me and how, if I came around her, she'd offer me juice or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, she didn't treat any of the other people that were around me like that. And I was just feeling like it was because I was the only woman there, because there was a bunch of men and I was the only woman there. So I was just like, oh, this lady was so nice to me, and she gave me juice and this and that and whatever. And my friend was like, let me guess, you're the only pretty brown one there? I said, oh gosh, no, don't do that. You think the old lady was nice to me just because I'm brown and pretty? That's not nice. But it's something that common people had, because he was just like, yo, some older people will generally treat you better because you're pretty or you're brown. Like, that's it. So he was just warning me. He was like, maybe that woman is actually not as nice as I think she is. Like, maybe she's just nice to you because you're pretty and brown. And I was just like, I don't even think like that about the nice old lady. But yeah.
Oh yeah. But even though it does with prettiness, a lot of opportunities present themselves, there's still a lot of drawbacks. Things that happen in the background that will not be visible to just outside onlookers. So while sometimes you always say, oh, Akasha pretty, she get that opportunity there, but like you don't know how many
opportunities
drawbacks missed and how many pullbacks she have to go through to even reach that point there, because yes, the opportunity presented itself because of her beauty, but for example, who tell us that she never did have to convince somebody on the team say, yo, me can't do with you, but make we still work. Like, that's a lot of work to go through, 'Cause I tried it. Like, me try it with that person. They say, yo, me could just do the work, no? To this day, it's been 4 or 5 years. We can't do the work.
And why do we need to be begging people to work with us? So please stop looking for me looks now. Please work with me now. Please, me I beg you.
When that was the initial thing, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what happens behind the scene, you don't know. Like, you're only going to see the end product, of course, or see the person reach one certain place, but you don't know how much obstacles this person or how many people then you have to convince, say, yo, like, let us just do this and not put feelings or certain stuff in it. And then, of course, jealousy comes in sometime from other co-workers and stuff like that. So it's not always easy just because I'm pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
And let's not go into music. That I've been, you know, I'm like, oh, I want to be a singer. And a lot of people are like, oh, you know, say me have a nice rhythm and we record the song, you know. So what I was saying to you is that being in the music industry, being on the music scene, and a lot of times, like when I was like on Instagram, this is when I had my bigger Instagram with like way more followers, and like people DMing me and saying, hey, I have a rhythm I want to send to you. Let me know if you like it. I'd like to work with you and stuff. Like, this is my take as pretty privilege. And truthfully, as it relates to the music industry, I don't even think it's a matter of pretty privilege. I think it's just a matter of being a woman. But I'll just go on the pretty privilege, pretty disadvantaged thing that we're speaking about now. So many producers would message me and say, hey, I have a beat, could I send it to you? You can tell me if you like it, if you want to record on it. And I'd be like, sure, here's my email. They send me the track and I listen to it. Whoever I like and whatever song I create, I'd be like, hey, I like this rhythm and I wrote a song to it. And they're like, hey, great, that sounds good. Let's get on it, let's get you recording it. And they like set up the studio time. I'd record this song and the song is sounding good, and we're like, yo, this sounds really good and this is gonna be great, right? So I'm building my hopes up to be like, oh, I have a new song coming out, this is gonna be great. And then the song done record now, and they're like, yeah, I'm getting the song mixed now, you know, because the last stage is to get it mixed and get it mastered. And so they're like, yeah, the song is getting mixed now. And then they'd send me different ones. You know, we're talking, this is over the course of probably like weeks we're talking. And my you know, I'm building up happiness to be like, ooh, song progress, something come out.
Yeah.
You know? And then they're like, yeah, I sent it over to so-and-so to mix it. And I'm there waiting and stuff. And then they're like, oh, we could have video for it and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, man, that would be great. And they're like, oh, I'm thinking of this kind of scene with you in some lingerie and this and that and that. And I'm like, I don't think I need to be in lingerie. I could do something else, you know, something more subtle. And they're like, oh, I want to see you in a nice, sexy outfit. And I'm like, yeah, but that we not really need to do that for the videos, you know. And then they're like, yo, I really like, you know, like even the other day when they come at the studio, I look at me and I say, yo, you look good, you know. And I say, Jano. And I'm like, great, thanks. What you say happening with the song now? Like, it's getting mixed. Like, how soon you think it's gonna get back? Yeah, man, it soon come back. But I wonder if you could have, like, you know, see if, you know, we could have probably go to one at a time them and see how it going. And I'm like, no, thank you. I don't get involved with people in music. I'm literally just doing music because I love music and I'm keeping it professional. Really, but nobody have to know, and you know, and you're like, no, I'm good. Like, a lot of times I have to be like, no, I'm cool. Like, I'm seeing somebody, or I'm not interested in people in music. And literally, whichever backside song me record just disappear and vanish, and I'm in the ear from them and the other producer they ever get in it because, oh, you never want me? Alright, frig on your song then, cause yeah, and that has happened so many times where I've recorded a song and I've been so excited and hopeful, and I'm thinking, and it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust. Like, wasted creativity for what? A man that was really and truly trying to look me. And I'm sure if I had slept with these people or was like, oh, sure, I'd be interested. Oh, no, that hear more song from me? Because, yeah, so, like, that's a part of, like, why me have to go through that. Like, why we couldn't just work. And I'm like, yo, when you have record song with other man, you're not telling man say you see me in a studio already and it look good. Like, come on, can we just be professional?
Yeah, it's like, are you getting the like, you have to think about what the opportunity comes with. You can't just say, oh, me I gotta get a song out of this and that's it. No, you have to think about, is this based off of my talent or is this based off of my looks?
Yeah.
Like, because if I did just talent, even if he end up like you, he would still end up bring out the song because he is definitely interested in your talent. But because it was more of the looks, you know, him couldn't just say, alright, cut that. I'm no business about the song.
Like
because if them really and truly interested in the talent like that and it's a good friggin' song, them I make money off a song too, so why would they not bring it out?
Sometimes I'm like,
But that shows you it's
Like,
not about, they never came with
sometimes
the
it's like,
intention
even with
of,
your thing, you're like, what is more important? You don't want money, you don't want to earn something off of it. Like, that not important to you? That concept is not important? Like, you come to me pitching something so we can earn money. Him come to me pitching something so, and then it's just like, oh, you not like me, it can't work.
Because a lot of times, like, a lot of opportunities present themselves, but me just have to sit down and say, is it like the talent, or is it something that I can bring to the table outside of my looks that makes you ask me, or is it just literally because of my looks? And you have to think about that, because as I said, it's not the first time I go through it. I've been through it a couple of times where I'm just like, you just waste my whole friggin' time.
Yeah.
And as she said, like, they bring the hopes of you seeing these opportunities and saying, yeah, this might be a breakthrough for a new venture or something. And then it just boils down to literally everything failing because willing to give yourself to the person, or because they can't control their feelings.
Babes, me can't, you know, see
like,
yourself,
I can't be around you and act normal.
I hate that line. You can't be around me and act normal. Like, are you a wild animal?
Like, all of a sudden, the feelings are like
So
that overpowering that it's just like, no, like, just be normal. Yeah, tell me say every pretty woman will come around you, so you gotta just fling yourself on them.
Yeah. So it goes.
So, even though opportunities present themselves, doesn't mean that it's actually easier.
It's not.
Because you literally have to sift through the ones that are actually there that something can come out
and
of.
sometimes you're wrong. It's a gamble. And sometimes
Yeah,
you're
very,
wrong.
very much a gamble.
And it's very disappointing when you realize that shit.
Cause even by Instagram, like, enough time I would get like certain DMs of, oh, let's work together on this and that. And I'm like,
sometimes I can't look at them and say, you don't want to work with me. I don't work, you want to work with
hey,
me.
beautiful, let's work together.
Yeah, what kind of work?
Yeah.
Backshot, you want to work pan? Leave me alone. Come out of my DM.
So it's like, some of them make it that obvious where you can like pinpoint it right away and say, all right, yeah, man, that's somebody I just try to get closer to me, or try have a foot in some way in the door. And then others, you just have to take a gamble on it. Yeah,
that's true. But that's our surface level conversation for you guys, like, who never thought of the concept of pretty disadvantage. So, yeah, you can let us know how you feel about it. If ladies who have watched it have experienced similar things, you guys can share. And,
do you think men have
similar experience?
Yeah.
Handsome men? I do think so.
Handsome men.
I do think so. Definitely do. Because I've realized, getting older, I've realized that there's some women that literally act like horny ass men, and they'll just pounce on these men. Like, yeah, sometimes, like, for me,
so
like,
they're like trophy men, basically.
Yeah. And like, sometimes you see the videos, not the guys who obviously show them body to be like, ooh, I'm macho, but like a regular average guy. And sometimes even having girlfriend on my page, and women will be like in the comment section, like, oh, baby, I'll take you away right now. And I'm like, oh my God, why am I comment that under the man something? Like, but I could never see myself do that. Is it a
disadvantage to them, no?
I think it's a disadvantage. I think so. Because especially when it seems like a pretty nice guy and him have him girlfriend or whatever, and then the people are kind of like, oh, your girlfriend not good enough for you, because me would have do more for you.
I've actually seen TikTok videos like that. Like, it was like more of a chubby girl, and her husband was like super handsome, and they're like, how comes him there with you? Like, this is not adding. I'm like literally a bully woman, I like, luckily, I guess her self-esteem and not how her husband make her feel and stuff. Yeah. She was strong enough to even make jokes out of it. So
I said, listen,
follow-up
my
videos.
Man. Me know say I'm jealous of my man.
Follow-up videos would be like, haha, like making fun of those people saying, hey, people said I don't deserve you. Yeah. Like, but it's crazy.
But men definitely get it though. Definitely.
So handsome men too. If you have any form of experiences with that, then
handsome disadvantage.
That doesn't even sound right. But If our handsome man we just love woman in general and
them great
is
with
a
that, them glad with
womanizer,
that
then
backside.
it's definitely not a disadvantage. Because woman them just a fling themselves at so.
Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed our video today. And look out for our next video next week.
Yes.
But we haven't decided on the topic as yet. Hopefully it's something really spicy.
She loves to talk about spicy things. If y'all have noticed as yet, she loves to talk about spicy stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to figure it out though. And yeah, we're just going with the flow, seeing how everything works out. As we said, nothing is scripted. We just roll with it.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next Friday.
Bye, guys.